being trolled by Meghan Markle with this waffle? I've begun to believe that maybe we're being trolled by her, and we have been for quite some time. I think maybe that rewear of that god-awful Caroline Herrera dress was the very beginning. I'm not sure. She may have done it before, but I have a feeling that maybe that was the beginning of it. She purposely rewore it just so she could get herself on the top of the social media headline rankings, shall we say. Well, it certainly worked. But now I'm beginning to think she's been doing this purposely. The waffle thing is definitely telling me something. She knows that the batter she is putting into the waffle maker has a completely different section down the center across than the waffle that is being shown as a ta-da, look what I made. She knows this. So why is she doing that? Because I think I can't connect why on earth she would purposely want to go about being as inauthentic as possible. Here I'm mixing up batter, look at me stirring with a whisk, and here I am pouring it into a mold to cook it, and then ta-da! It looks shockingly like something made by a company that calls their product EGGO, and it came from a box, or perhaps a market in the town near Montecito that had a special on them, kind of par cooked, because they're obviously not cooked quite all the way through. They look a little blonde, as they say in cooking. But Meghan doesn't know that. And I think she did that on purpose. Like, she purposely got a different waffle iron than the waffle pattern, because she cannot be that blind that this doesn't match that. At the very least, don't show yourself pouring it into the waffle iron that has a different pattern. Maybe just open up the waffle iron off camera-ish and throw a waffle on a plate that has a different pattern than your waffle iron. I don't know. But honestly, what is going on over in her house? So it's sort of like she's inauthentic on purpose now. And I think a lot of that as if show, or as love Meghan, whatever it's called, I'm not keeping up with that. She wants her privacy, I'll give it to her. But it seems like a lot of that is her inauthenticity as well. The very fact that she chose to film it at a completely different home, with a completely different garden, and then she backpedals and says, having 80 crew members in my home would just be a bit much. Who has 80 crew members? A film? Like an Indiana Jones film, maybe, has 80 people? You've just got a little Netflix show. You've probably only got about 5 or 6 people there. You got a sound guy, a couple of camera guys, maybe 2 sound people because you have guests coming in, a director, a couple of production people, and a gaffer, a lighting guy. Set decoration seems to have been done by the home you rented, as did garden design. You really just sort of need about maybe a dozen people to film this. Anyway, so that's the reason why she says she had to go somewhere else to film this. Well, that's inauthentic. You're not even in your own home and cooking, so you purposely hired a set to cook. Okay, so that's inauthentic right there. That's not your garden. Are those your bees? Is that your husband? Is that your kids? We have a lot of questions about anything that has to do with you. Like, did you go to the right schools that you say you went to? Did you do everything and anything that you say you did? Some things we know. You obviously were on a TV show because there's footage. You obviously at least made it look like you went to different countries there a couple of times because we have footage. But who the heck are you? Honestly, who are you? Like, you're purposely trying to mislead the public. I think she's actually going out of her way. She looked at her waffle iron and said, it's not going to match. I'm purposely going to go out. Let me go down to the Safeway. Let me grab some EGGOs and see if they have the green ones. Oh, look, they do. Oh, my goodness. Or some shop, maybe. I'm just saying, somewhere she found them and she bought them, and it purposely doesn't match. Perfect. Like, why didn't you just go ahead and buy square ones, Meg, and put it into a round waffle iron or vice versa? You knew we were going to pick it up because you knew that that one little anomaly between those two things was going to get picked up, and what was going to happen? Off up to the social media headlines you were going to go. Right up there. And that's pretty much what happened. Not to mention the commentary about how you peel kiwi. What on earth? You've taken whoever peeled the kiwi. I'm not going to blame this one on Meghan because we don't know. I'm sure it was someone else. But you're taking off about a third of the fruit when you're cutting it that way. It can be done a lot easier than that. But still, let's say that the kids decorated it, and that's fine. Because those are really bad looking pancakes. But if the kids did them, then that's a good pancake, actually, for a child. It kind of looks like a modern child's version of the old stop animation, I think it was, cartoon, Mr. Bill. Oh no, Mr. Bill! From Saturday Night Live. It looks exactly like that. I've never seen such a strange kiwi in my life. But anyway, for a child, that's, charming and adorable. But then, what's up with the milkshakes? Or whatever that green liquid is supposed to be. You can see inside the cup, and there looks to be maybe an inch at the bottom. Well, where's the residue on the side of the glass? You poured an inch or less of liquid into this cup, stuck a straw in it, had your child pull the straw out as if he was just finishing it, and thought we wouldn't notice the fact that milkshakes are pretty thick and they're going to stick to the side of the glass there, or the cup. They certainly do with mine and everyone else's. Again, inauthentic. And did she do that again on purpose? That if I only put an inch in, people will notice that there's no sheeting on the inside of the glass from this milkshake. And they'll all be talking about me. She doesn't care how anybody talks about her. She just wants to make sure everybody does. Even though we're literally just ridiculing how fake she is. And she wants us to buy products from her? Oh my God. I wouldn't buy that pancake. Holy Christmas. Not that she's going to sell that green pancake, but she's going to be selling some kind of a mix, crepe mix, and crepe mix and waffle mix are essentially the exact same thing. The crepe mix is thinner to make a sheet, and the other one is thicker to make a molded form. But it's basically the same thing. And she wants to sell that, but she can't even make it in her house. So I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused. Anyway, I just had a thought that maybe she was doing this on purpose, like she was purposely trolling us to do these things that were off kilter so that we all would be questioning her and what her motivation is and why she's doing this. And I think she might be, and I think she's been doing this for a while now. I don't, maybe the midsummer, spring, or late spring, summer, early fall, I think, of 2024. I think she's sort of in there. She started trolling. People might say clap back, but I think she's doing it on purpose so that people will talk about her. And that, in her words, now she's getting really angry because all the haters are out there. And, well, you're kind of making people have to speak about it. You're purposely pushing us to speak about the anomalies that you're doing. Your waffles don't match, Meghan. It's crazy making, and that's typical of a narcissistic personality disorder, and it is my opinion, being raised by a narcissistic personality disorder mother, I know the signs, and I see them, boy do I ever. And I'm wondering if she is literally doing this on purpose, just to get people to talk about her, so that she can continue to play the victim, not only to get onto the social media headlines, but also to play the victim and say, look at all the haters. All of these people are hating on everything I do. So I switched it out with a different waffle. We had 2 waffle irons. My gosh, people, can't you, like, put 2 and 2 together? Not really, Meg. Not with what you're giving us, we can't. We're not going to fill in the blanks for you. But maybe she's just doing it just so she can play victim. Or at least troll us. I think she's trolling us. It's a nasty little trick. Just trying to make us nuttier than she kind of looks like she's becoming, in my opinion. And I have an opinion about this. I mean, it is rather bizarre behavior. Why would you do that? Why would you not fill up a cup with a milkshake, and if you don't want to give your child the milkshake, just pour out most of it and just leave an inch and then say, here, pull out the straws if you're just finishing, little Archie 5 and Lilybet 3. Honestly, at least try to go through the motions of making it look right. They would do that even on a movie set, Markle. They would. I don't know. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Let's see if anybody thinks the same thing. We've got a comment section down below. Let's go chat about it down in there. Here's my 2 cents, and we can continue the conversation on down there. Because I think she might be doing it. Anyway, thanks for staying to the end.